Who's the Fiora legend? It's Polar Hug. I mean, he's literally the best Fiora in NA.
Alrighty, are you prepared?
To get roasted? Yeah, let's do it, bro.
So, the first thing we see is that he's probably starting bot. Yep, you see the bot line come late. So what do you want to do with your wave? Well, what you do is you push this a little bit, and then you go for, it's basically the same thing that happened last game, in live VOD. You do the same thing here, although I think you're doing it unknowingly.
Am I just treating the first few waves poorly?
No, you're actually doing it. What you did last game and this game is actually good in these situations, especially when your jungler is pathing up like this. So there's two options you have when your jungler is pathing up. You can either let it come to you if you want him to gank, or you can go for 3 waves here. So going for 3-wave crash is what you're doing right now, and was what you did last game.
Yeah.
You were a little late last game because you went to the study, you stopped to place the ward in here, but this game you do the same thing, and actually I think you get it in time.
Oh yeah. True.
So what you do need to be careful of though is choosing ganks when you do this, because that's about the only thing that can stop this. Because most junglers don't get here by the time you do this. You also went to place another ward here this time. It doesn't make a huge difference, but right here is when you see a wave like this. So because you're doing this kind of unknowingly, right? You're not actually doing this intentionally. But when you see, at least from what I can tell, because it doesn't seem like you have a plan when you do this, all right? So when you see your wave start to look like this, if you're doing this unintentionally, right? If you see it look like this, you just hard push. He can't trade against you in this wave. You got way too many minions, and when you do, you'll be able to push the wave in, and then this is gonna crash with the tower. Oh fuck! Hit the wrong key. This is gonna crash the tower, and then it's going to take a long time to kill all these minions. You're gonna be able to either base or go do whatever the fuck you want. And in this case, you go and do whatever the fuck you want, because you crash this. Although you're a little slow. You could have been to this play a little bit quicker. You crash this, and then you go and walk down. So right now, this is what you do. You either base here, where you go and get vision, or you go and participate in fights. And here you go and fight. This is really good.
I feel like he was
really good,
hella slow on clearing, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's because the thing happened bot. But that's why I said you need to go a little bit faster, because if you go a little bit faster, you're here sooner.
Yeah.
So now you got all 3 people here. This is a good fight. You get not first blood because we invade, but you get double buffs. Back to lane. Now your wave's in a really good spot. This is what happens when you put the wave like this. The minions stack up here because the tower has to kill all 3 waves, basically. That's why if you push a little harder, you get almost all 3 waves right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it takes even longer. Now you just let this come. Your jungler's topside, you have no reason to trade with him at all. Unless he's going for something really like he's just fucking walking up and hitting you. So your goal here is to let the wave push back. If Kha'Zix wants to gank, he can, but looks like he goes bot. He wants to double crab. This guy's playing in meta 2 seasons ago, so it's whatever, but you don't want to trade here. See, even though you've got double buffs, you're losing this. Too many minions. You have no reason to trade. Kha'Zix also really agrees by going.
Like literally just lasted it and have him fucking like.
Yeah, just lasted.
When he walks up to you, take the trade then.
Yeah, you can take a front fighter there as long as you don't take too much minion aggro, but you don't want to actually like force trades on him. Especially not right now. You go for this. This is really bad. The only way you win this is if you instantly parry that Q and then you wail on him. But it's such a flip, because now you end up with this. And
luckily, dude, he should have killed me. Yeah, he should have killed me, to be honest.
It's such a flip to go for that. Literally no reason. And now you've got TP, right? So it's fine. But realistically, this doesn't need to happen at all. You don't need to use TP. You can have your wave in an advantageous spot. But instead, this happens. All right, now at this point, we just let the wave do its thing. Now see, if you hadn't gone for this play, think about where you'd be right now. The wave would be right here, chilling. Trundle would still be in lane with no gold. You'd be both in lane with no gold, but he's so fucked.
Yeah.
If you hold this and then Kha'Zix paths up and comes and ganks you after kicking these camps, he's so fucked. What does he do?
Die.
Yep.
Well, maybe.
He either dies or he either dies, or if he's got a ward, he sets off and has to lose 3 waves of XP. So now you're actually the one opened up for that position. Also, you bought boots here. I need to go back and actually, I don't know about this one. I gotta see how much gold you had. Yeah, you should have bought a longsword or a cloth armor instead. Going boots isn't really necessary against Trundle like this.
Think so?
This is like, yeah. So this is gonna make trades more equal than you think, because this move speed isn't really doing much for you right now. Trundle, if Trundle's fighting you, he's opting into the fight realistically, because how are you gonna engage on Trundle unless he's walking up in melee range to you, right?
Yeah.
So he's opting in for fights if he's trading with you. So going these boots, I mean, it's not bad.
But the extra 10 AD would probably be pretty solid. Or would it just been better to get the whip?
You could have gone whip. You could, like, if you want. So whip is going to be better for wave clear. But if you don't, like, if you get more autos in, pickaxe and longsword is going to be more damage. You can also, if you're scared as well of Trundle, you can also go cloth armor instead.
Do you think it's better just to fucking optimize straight up for just damage? Like the way you run your runes and shit like that. You think that's always just best case scenario to do that? Unless you're playing against, like, you know, a ranged laner or some shit. But anything that's melee, you think it's better just to go?
Most of the time, yeah. Most of the time, I just take sorcery and go for damage because
it just directly scales.
Realistically, as Fiora, if you're not doing damage, what are you doing?
I think maybe I'll start trying that, and then, like, you know, obviously because fucking second wind is so good into, like, range, like, just keep doing that for, like, range lanes. But maybe there is a world where it's just easier to play the lanes when you have more damage.
So in lanes, it's not going to make that much of a difference because in lane you're only getting a couple AD off of absolute focus because Gathering Storm doesn't even kick in until 10. So yeah. you get nothing from that. And like early game, I think you get 3 AD from 2 or 3 AD from absolute focus, so it's not a huge deal. But it's more of like mid game. If you're like even slightly ahead and you've got those runes, you do way more damage. It's completely noticeable. And also a big thing as well is if you're going Gore Drinker, if you have Gore Drinker down and absolute focus and Gathering, you one shot the backline with Gore Drinker auto attack. But if you don't, it takes Gore Drinker auto plus one more auto, which is a pretty big deal for pushing waves.
Yeah.
See here, this is the thing. Trundle Q with Sheen is a fuck ton of damage. I think it kind of catches you off guard here a little bit, and a little bit later too. If you had longsword or cloth armor, it'd make these trades way more equal. It's like right here, you take like 200 damage off that, just like that.
Yeah.
Also, it's trading in his wave as well. So like when he spams his Q like that with Sheen, it just does way too much damage.
What is his fucking Q cooldown?
Very low, like 3 seconds.
3.5. Wow.
You know why it's a bad word, right? Obviously, like I said earlier.
Because Nocturne.
It's too late. It doesn't do anything. Yeah. Even against most meta junglers, like not even just Nocturne. This word doesn't really do anything. If it's a little bit down in the bush, it's a little okay. But realistically, like when you have time like this, you should be trying to place wards either right here, like by right here. There you go. There's some.
Nice, dude. This is quality shit.
Yeah, this is quality shit, dude. I'm just an amateur at this shit.
Damn.
Right, so you can either go right there, or you can try and fucking go either in. Never mind. Whatever. The pen is these keybinds are so cancer. Whatever. Okay. Well, fuck it. All right. You can either go there or you can go in the pixel brush right here. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah.
So go in the pixel brush.
I was gonna hype for the circle to come and play.
Yeah. Nah, dude. The keybinds are way too fucking cancer. Fuck that.
Oh shit.
Realistically, fine here as long as you know the Nocturne's not coming. But you need to be careful because he's about to hit 6 soon. So.
I think I end up staying because.
Yeah, you stay and go for a fight with Crab.
Yep.
Or actually, no, you don't go for a fight with Crab. But what happens is you think you should go for the fight with Crab. You end up doing nothing. So once you see Trundle leave here, this means he's trying to come up for the Crab. As soon as you see him blast going over, you should be pushing this.
Like not helping.
Not helping. No, fuck this. What do you gain from helping him here? Like especially once you see him on vision, is again like here, right here. He's like way past the point of no return for his wave. His wave is fucked. You should just be pushing this. You probably even get a play.
And I'm just fucking lasting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So when you first see Trundle, blast comes over, 716, keeps fighting. Because the reason why this is so important here is because when he blast comes over like this, Kha'Zix is in river right here, and Silas has been a prio. Although he's got no mana, so this doesn't make much of a difference. But so it just means that Vigard can't move though, because his wave is here. But so he can't walk back up this way, right? Because Kha'Zix is right behind him. If he does, he's just gonna die to both of you, or have to flash over this wall. So he's gonna have to go all the way around through here. And that's gonna take him time, so you can just push this, which would also help if you had whip. If you had whip here, you could push this way faster.
Yeah, the boots are helping out a lot here. They're helping me like run back and forth in like last
exactly.
minions. So
so it was 716. You had a full almost 30 seconds to be hitting this wave and hitting the turret.
And he would have lost a lot, like all of it too.
Yeah, he would have lost this whole wave. You would have gotten probably a plate or two. Your wave would have ended up bouncing back to you, so you would have lost absolutely nothing. And right here, you see the Nocturnal? That means that you can fight if you want. But do you want to fight right here?
Oh hell yeah! I think I win it. Well, not like I think he gets away actually. Yeah, with flash and shit, probably not.
Look at your wave. Do you want to fight?
Well, no, I guess not because that's shoving towards me, right?
Also, wait a minute. I'm fucking trolling. I just got pranked. This is your Silas ult.
That was Silas ult.
This is the fucking Silas ult. Yeah. Never mind. I don't even know why I didn't listen to my fucking notes. I was like, why is he walking away with the Nocturne ult? Hey, you don't want to fight here at all because when you saw Nocturne River, you know he was 5, but now we know he's gonna be 6 because it's like 2 minutes later. So you know he's 6.
Wait, did you take notes?
Yeah, of course.
Would you send them to me afterwards?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit a bit. Yeah, for sure.
Why? You can not, dude. You can send it.
Yeah, this is a huge flip. Your wave is totally fine. You're even protected from Nocturnal, but you go for this. You're just not. Dude, this is so fucking loud. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're really protected from Nocturnal, and you go for this. It doesn't end up being bad here because Trundle uses his mana and you don't die, but there's no need to do this. You don't gain anything from doing this.
Yeah.
You could just, if you have a huge CS lead, you could just hold this wave here and continue to grow your CS lead more and more. And
just
then
keep
if
winning
Nocturne comes
trades.
top, it's wasted time. Yeah, because they can't die to you either.
It's like
going.
it's that impatient shit, right? Because it's like playing the long game and like trying. Like you can either
you're just trying to go for too much shit right now.
high risk, high reward it when you can just like earn interest, you know?
And if you want to play like that, you gotta take Ignite. I'm just being honest. If you're gonna play like high risk, high reward like that, balls to the walls, you just gotta take Ignite. If you're gonna flip fights like that.
Yeah. How do you fucking manage? How do you manage like your lane and shit when you have like what about? Well, I guess you take Presence of Mind for mana, but like what if you take a fucking terrible trade and just get fucked? Like you know what I mean? Then what if you take Ignite?
Don't take a terrible trade. Is the answer to that question.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I know. I mean, it really is as simple as that. I mean,
yeah.
So right here, I think you clicked on the cannon instead of clicking on the ground. You don't want to do that because if whatever minion you click on dies, you end up not moving. So right here, this is pretty good. So you said you don't know where Noct is. That's okay. They have no ults, so it's not a huge deal. They're also coming up soon. You should have a mental note of how long they are, but this is fine because Nocturne can't ult you here. He could right now, but at this point you've already got the kill secured. So when you're playing versus Trundle, you pretty much have to parry his Q in early trades, or you're gonna lose. But you're ahead now, so it doesn't matter, right? But like, if you in early trades, like when you traded when the wave was kind of over here before, if you don't parry his Q like that, it's instant lost trade because it does so much damage. It gives you speed proc and it saps your AD, so it's really hard to win. But this is fine. So now the thing is though, now you know the Nocturne ult is up. Your ult's like 110. Nocturne's got fucking CDR and I think they take Ultimate Hunter as well usually, so it's gonna be up now. So it's a bit greedy to say for this, because when the Trundle was going on, his ult wasn't up, but now it is.
I think I see.
You're trying to keep mental note of that.
What I'm thinking is K6 is topside their jungle.
The problem is Kha'Zix being here does not help against Nocturne, because Nocturne's just gonna ult you and go right on top of you. See, he's already here. Kha'Zix is still all the way doing this. It doesn't matter at all. If this is like a Graves or something that has to walk up, yeah, sure, you can stay here. But against Nocturne, you can't do this. As long as he has ult, obviously, but you should know he's got ult up. I don't think he ended up dying here, but I think
I think Vigar got me. I think I could have gone the other way.
Yeah, you could have maybe walked up into Baron Pit, but
yeah,
you're going stride here. This is a dream game for Gore DD as well.
Really?
They are all short range and diving. Like the
Gore
only one who's
DD
not diving
Maul or
onto you
some
is
shit?
Nocturne. Yeah, Gore DD Maul and you're almost invincible this game.
Damn.
The only person who's not diving onto you is Vigar. Everybody else has to run directly into you to do damage. There's a couple fights later on where it makes a huge difference that you don't have Gore DD.
Yeah, but real quick though, what about the skin?
The skin's great. I love the
skin.
I
just want to throw that out there. Okay, we're good.
All right. After you take this wave, you've got control in inventory and you don't place it. You go and fuck around the river, which is fine if you don't want to base.
Should have got it.
But you don't really do anything here. You go and take the plant for mana, which is fine.
But I could have put a control ward.
Yeah, you could have control ward easy, and I'm not even sure if you do anything with this. I can't remember, but. So this is good. Being aggressive when you saw Nocturne on the other side of the map. You don't get anything for it, but you could have. No reason not to go for it. But you're going a little bit too far here, not paying attention to Nocturne or to Vigar. Although you end up turning this because you're ahead, but it's a bit of it's one of those things where it's a little wishy-washy. It's like it ends up working out, but it could have not worked out really easily. So
just like playing the game improperly but carrying yourself with mechanics, it can only get you so
exactly.
far. I cannot believe that bot lane is 0-10 right now.
Yeah, this is also where not having Gore DD starts to really hurt you. Like I really. This is one of those games where just like it's so good to be drain tanking here. It's so broken. Because you don't have to stop and buy tier for anything because you go PLM, and you get to finish DD real quick, so you can instantly go skirmish.
And I really didn't even do anything with fucking tier either because I saved it. I just wanted the mana because I felt like I was gonna be.
But you basically in my opinion you basically have to go tier if you're not taking PLM. It feels real bad.
Yeah.
It really feels bad.
That was like my thought process is that I'm probably gonna have to like split to win this game. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm gonna have to have mana like in some sort.
Yep. So what you're doing here is pretty good. You wanna not push out too far unless you see Nocturne, because if you push out instantly and you see Nocturne, you're just dead. So you want to try and hold it for as long as possible until you can try and get Nocturne.
Until you like
There's
see
no
him, so
Nocturne
yeah.
But you don't do that. So. Also get Rumble Mother support, which is a little annoying considering it's not even that great of a roam timer. I don't really know, but yeah. So you didn't really have Vision or Nocturne, and then you go for the fight. So if you just play like if you play like you have to play like you know Nocturne is top, even though you don't really know.
See, like I just feel like when I have like the 2 levels and fucking 60 CS, I just feel like I can kill him so fast. You know what I mean?
You can't. It's Trundle. He's like Trundle's got tabbies. He just steals your stats.
Yeah.
So you got 3 vitals there on him, and you did this much damage to him. If you got 4, you would have got 250 more.
Half HP. So I'd have to literally just like weave
yeah,
4
you have
more.
To sit there tanking Nocturne the whole time as well. So
yeah.
You're not gonna win it. Maybe if you've got Ignite for healing reduction, but even then it's still really close.
Because he heals from like everything. Because he heals when he's on his aura too, doesn't he?
His aura increases his healing.
Gotcha.
He doesn't directly heal from the aura, but he heals. It increases his healing, and he heals when things around him die. So when minions or champions around him die, he heals for a percentage of their HP. Yeah. So this is a fine push, but you should probably recall ASAP for tabbies. You got like what? I think you have just enough gold for it. Yeah, you should just recall. Going for this is a little troll, considering you don't see literally anybody on the map, and you also see that Kaisa can easily move to this. Like, you see literally nobody on the map except for Kaisa here, until Galio shows up, right? So let's move this back a little bit.
And we know Trundle's top, but he could just be walking down.
But yeah, Trundle can just walk down here.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't matter. You see Trundle here, but he's in a position to easily move, especially because you go when the wave is already cleared, right?
Yeah. And
now you don't see anybody else but
is hitting
Kaisa.
tower bot, right?
Yeah, Kha'Zix is bot.
So
everybody else is in base.
Yeah.
So there's nobody that can help you here. Everybody else can easily just move to you. You end up living, but like you could be in base, have bought tabbies, and be right here by now. Coming back with full mana and tabbies.
Instead, just James Bonding it for fun, basically.
Yeah.
To get nothing too.
Honestly, I would have tried to call Leon up here and try and blow him off his tower a bit more. Maybe force his flash, get his ult, maybe kill him if he fucks up. Instead, Leona goes for whatever the fuck this is. The only thing bad about your buy here, I mean, obviously I can't convince you not to go Bork Stride now because it's already happened. But the only thing bad about your buy here is you don't buy a Blue Ward. Blue Ward is really OP for splitting.
Dude, it's crazy because last time you coached me, I'd buy Blue Ward like immediately, and then you were like, you're buying it too soon. So then I just like only buy it like super late.
You don't want to buy. Yeah, you don't want to buy it if you're like still like right in landing phase, right? Like right out of landing phase. But if you're at the point where you're gonna be starting to try and split, you want Blue Ward. Because if you're walking up to check this bush like this, and there's 4 people in here, you're just dead. But if you have Blue Ward, you can hit it from fucking miles away. So this is really good what you're doing here, trying to stay out of vision, look for flank. Did
they have vision of me, by the way? What was this?
I think they just saw you walk in.
Really?
Like they saw the actually.
Because it felt stream snipey.
Let's see. This is their vision. So I don't know. It's a little wishy-washy because you could just be back here, but there's also a high chance you're just sitting in here waiting for a flank, which is what you do. So I mean, it's like it's one of those. Oh, I can zoom out really fast.
Holy shit! How did you do that?
I don't know. I'm just zooming and it's going. Okay, either way.
Holy fuck! That's so cool. I'm gonna do that.
It's one of the things where it's like fucking self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like if you're thinking that they're trying to stream snipe or whatever, it's gonna look like they're stream sniping. So it's like realistically, they saw you walk back towards this direction.
Yeah.
And then Galio doesn't see you. So you're either here or you're already out here or you hug the wall. Both of these two are.
Oh, and then Galio's there. I mean, I guess Galio's there.
So the most likely thing is you're probably in this bush. Yeah. And they chase you out, which is fine because what you do here is still good. Is looking for this flank here. This is how you generally want to play fights. Just looking for the flank. And this is really good because they funnel into the choke for MFR and then you walk up behind them. You're a little late on the flank, but so normally what I would do in these situations is I'd try to like. You don't want to stay in the flank position if they can't see you anymore and it's not relevant. You should try and walk up towards like around where Leona's at, but like on the wall, like around here, and just keep hovering out of vision so that way you're closer to the fight when the fight actually happens, but you're still out of vision. Because especially at this point too, because if they have like river warded but not down here warded, it doesn't really matter because when they walk up and get hit by this MF ult, you're behind them right away already. So even if they see you, it doesn't matter. You're already here for the flank, and they're fucking dead.
That was huge. I thought we were literally. I thought the game was won there, to be honest.
It's hard. It's still a really hard game, just because.
We got the lead right there, though. That was huge.
So this is really greedy, but I can't say that I wouldn't do it. So the big thing about this is it's delaying your base. So you've got what? Yeah, 2,000 gold. You have a couple working base. So this is really delaying your base really long. So if people were to come up and try and fight you right now, you're sitting on 2k gold. So you actually don't even have a lead.
This is where fucking.
And now, especially because your team dies doing some dumbass shit, right?
Yeah.
So now your base is super delayed. You got 2,200 gold, and you know they're gonna go try Baron.
I really thought that I should have been there for that. Actually, I think
This is when, yeah, you could have TP'd probably.
I don't. I think I should have just backed right here, because.
So
like,
if you had backed on the Krugs, you would be like, you could take the Hex Gate and you'd be right here right now for the Baron. You wouldn't have TP.
Yeah.
But
Look at the
since you
gold
didn't,
difference
you can
from like their team. Like if I'm there, there's a chance that we can fucking figure out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or at least
because they're
stop
tanking
it.
Baron. Like there's 3 people half HP. If you wait for them, like if you fake engage and try and get Vigor Cage out, you can play so much easier like that. Because you can actually play around the fight. Especially because and Vigor goes over this wall too. So if you had TP'd to like this ward right here, you'd be in such a good spot. You could just go in.
Yeah, I should have been
Just
there.
ult the
I
closest
could have
person.
literally just cleaned that up.
Yeah.
So fucking easily too.
And a lot of that comes from delaying your base like this. Because once you delay your base like that, you're like, okay, well I can't get there in time anyways. So you go for the tower. I mean, it's not terrible to go for the tower, right? I mean, it's just you probably could have wiped this Baron fight.
No, I think that's what I thought that was a bad play as well. I think that if I was there, I think that they don't get Baron. I think I was strong enough, especially off back, that it would have been good enough that I was gonna be able to at least stop it.
Yeah, because off.
And I had flash up too. Like I had so many
you
opportunities.
Because off back you had Bork, and I think you had another. I don't know what Bork gold is off of those 2 items, but I think you had enough for Bork and pickaxe or chain vest, so you could have gotten so much gold off of that.
Oh no!
But when you go and sit in this bush here to fight Trundle,
One eternity later.
misclick. Alright, when you go and sit in this bush for Trundle, you're not patient enough for this. So this is good. This is the type of shit that I love to do. I love to just try and play around vision and just sit in random bushes because people always get caught off guard by it. Like literally, even like literally the best players will just randomly walk into bushes and die because they won't be paying enough attention to their map. And it's like Trundle saw you clear this ward, but he still walks in here.
Yeah, if
You're
I would have
patient.
stayed, I thought he was gonna keep pushing. I was like, what the fuck? Why would he keep pushing?
Well, you see, the thing is, you thought he's gonna keep pushing, right? But you don't actually wait to see if he's gonna keep pushing or not, because
Before
if you
you
don't
move,
see him, you gotta wait for the wave to crash at the very minimum. Because if he's not there on the wave crash, where else is he be? Where else can he be? He's either walking into you, or he's recalling in this bush. Does it make much sense for him to be recalling in this bush? Not really. So he's probably walking towards you.
When I'm like
You could've
super
gotten
ahead,
there
I
as well.
always When I'm super ahead, I try to play like cheese like that. And
You gotta play like a rat. You gotta play like a rat.
Because
I play like that
Fiora
all
can
the
just
time.
one-shot anybody at this point.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean?
They walk in the bush and you got Stride Bork, you can just instantly forward vital them like really fast. They can't really do much about it.
Yeah.
Even if you flash away with Stride slow, you just chase them. This is your team they're not respecting matchup at all. It fucking happens.
That was an
Dog shit.
insane Leona ult right there. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy good.
Yeah. That was fucking...
Now here, this is when you start to notice the big difference between this build and going 4DD.
Because I have to see, that is one thing. Because you have to look for like I can definitely kill one person and get the fuck out, but that's about it. And
Yeah,
then I gotta
exactly.
wait.
But it's like you for like even half a second being in this fight, you lost 1,000 HP. Whereas if you had Gore DD, you walked in here and you killed this guy with Gore DD, you heal like fucking a shit ton from Death Stance. You got Gore Drinker heal, and now you're tanky as fuck because you got DD as well. You got delayed damage, so you can stay in these fights much longer, and it means the chances of something happening with you in this fight much bigger. This is like a really good build for catching out single targets and killing them instantly because there's so much damage and you got the Shroud slow. But for like full-on 5v5s like this, it's pretty bad. Because right now, if you had Gore DD, you'd have Gore DD and you'd have Hex Drinker done. So you can tank a Vigor ult. It won't get fully absorbed by the Hex Drinker, but the Hex Drinker will fully absorb it, but it'll be like, I don't know, like 200 damage over the cap, right? So it's not a huge deal to get Vigor ulted. But right now, if you got Vigor ulted, you've got 49 MR.
Yeah.
Huge difference in how tanky you are. That's why I generally only build this these items against like range champions or champions like range champions or team comps that have a lot of champions where I need to like randomly get kills, like where I need to just find picks. I can't really go for 5v5s. I have to be playing like a complete rat, fucking looking for any opportunity I can to just scrounge around any gold. You build those items, you just look for anybody out of position, and you try and instantly delete them. But if like against short range characters like this that have to walk into you, you go DD and you get Mothred if they got an AP threat, or you go like Randuin's, like you just get so tanky, you can just sit on people, and it doesn't really matter how well you play then because they just can't kill you.
I think I kind of get it. So like medium short range.
Yeah,
Comps.
against medium short range comps or comps where like not necessarily like we have to be the primary engager, right? Because you never want to primary engage even with that build. It's just fucking terrible. But like if you're going to be going in and they're going to be able to like go on you, right? Oh shit! And they're going to be able to go on you, and you need to be able to survive for a little bit. This build is not good for that at all.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I feel like, yeah, well, I guess that's true. Because if you're playing this shit, then like, and it's against like long range, it feels good and bad, right? Because you can only, but it's meant to be single target, not fucking 5v5.
Yeah,
anyways.
This is a pure single target catch build. If you get onto targets, you will kill them. But against teams like this, you need time to get onto these targets. It's not about how fast you can get there. It's you need time.
Yeah.
Because there's like the only thing that can save you against Vigar Cage is flashing out of it, and you're not always gonna have flash in these fights.
I just missed time that.
Yeah, you missed time parry. This is a bit sloppy, but this is another thing where it's like you're super squishy with this build. Like I think like Vigar like one taps you here, 49 MR, and you get trundled it as well. So you're like just super squishy. Yeah, see like you just get fucking one banked. Like with Trundle, I mean, you're still gonna lose a lot with Trundle, and you're still gonna be squishy, but like still got the late damage from DD, so you can maybe try and turn it around. So this is a situation where you targeted the wrong vitals first again. So when you let him walk, like so when you go for these vitals first, it lets him walk towards safety much easier.
Yeah.
So you ult him here. Well, you did one thing good though, is that you waited to ult until you hit this top vital. On this fight up here against the Aatrox, you ulted when you already had a vital that you could hit easily. You don't generally want to do that because then you get 5 vitals in your combo instead of 4. But here, now you've got to commit so hard to get these last 2 vitals. When if you had
just
hit these 2 first, like these 2 on the left, he has to walk to the right instead of walking towards this Nocturne.
I like waited until Stride was over too.
You also kind of wasted your Q a little bit here. You probably could hit it without your Q, but it's alright. This parry's fine, but because now you got a hard over chase, like it's just rough. This is one of those things as well where it's like this could have been like a fucking full-on montage play if you played it right, and then after that I think they just get Baron and basically the game's over. But
nah, the game falls. Yeah, I think I only end up getting like there's 2 more kills and that's it.
Yeah, there's over here you don't respect this Galio aura here. You go for this guy set, and as soon as she flashes, just walk away. You're not gonna catch her at this point. Especially when you see the Galio ult, just walk away. Walk away and then parry on the edge here.
I was hoping that she would like walk back in like that, but then I just get collapsed though.
Yeah. And then the only thing I want to say about what you did personally, the rest of this game is just over. So like right here, you're just standing still because DD stopped your base. When you're tanking like anything, DD stacks go on, and then when you try and base, it's cancelled. You just stand here.
Love that for us.
Like
yeah.
7 seconds. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but you have to just keep in mind. So the reason I mentioned that and I stress that is because I've legitimately lost games over not basing in time because of DDs. But it's a sore point for me because it's really, if you lose to something like that, it's really fucking annoying. Like, it's the type of stuff you think about in the shower like 3 weeks later, you know. But that's about all I have. You have any questions or anything?
No, that was a lot.
Yeah, try that and enjoy the rest of your stream.
All right, man. Enjoy Elden Ring. Thank you again, dude.
Will do. No problem.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yep. See ya.